welcome everybody to our studio audience and our internet audience, our world audience. We've gotten our 4,000th like this morning.
You did?
That's
Nice.
4,000 people. That basically cost us $40 to get those, and we're real happy about it. We're thinking of spending another $40 for another 4,000 likes. So here, this is Jerusalem News. My name is Ron Yitzchak Yeshayahu. I'm a rabbi, and my partner David Kalimnik, also a rabbi, Rabbi David Kalimnik.
Yeah, David.
And we're gonna go. This is the new format for the show. We're gonna go through all of the stories relating to Israel. These are headlines from today. Top headline on the Google News: Israeli PM says Iran's nuclear program a clear and present danger. That's the Star Online. David, have you ever heard of the Star Online?
I've not heard of the Star
I've
Online.
never heard of the Star Online either. Let's just see what
That's
that
been
is.
a present danger for a really long time.
The Star Online or the Israeli Prime Minister?
If we find out what Star Online is, it probably will be like the triangular kind of people getting, running the world kind of thing. Star Online probably runs the world.
I think it's
with
part
the Star Alliance.
It says here that it's part of the Asia News Network. They're one of the NTT communication partners, and they got a website. And they're saying here, they're quoting the Prime Minister, those same words, clear and present danger. I think that was a movie also once. Certainly apply to the Iranian nuclear program. Now,
Well,
I've used a microwave before, and the only time I found that it was dangerous was if there was metal container. Like if the popcorn bag was not in a metal container, no aluminum foil, it wasn't any kind of clear and present danger. So I'm not sure what these Iranians are cooking up that it would be dangerous.
I don't know. I really don't know what Iran has been up to. I do know that they've been talking about it for really, like a long time. That is not present, and to me it's not clear at all, Ron. So I don't know what you guys see as clear and present, but...
Are you looking at that picture of Bibi? He doesn't look like he knows either, clearly, what is presently dangerous.
No, he's just quoting movies.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
But he's in Tokyo now. So we should say, bring us back some sushi or say hello to Godzilla. Something.
See, there you go, Godzilla. It's another movie quote. He just keeps on going like dirty. This whole thing is like Dirty Dancing.
If they would have brought Tzipri Livni, you could throw in the King Kong.
Honey, I put the kids in the microwave, and honey, I shrunk the kids.
Honey, I Shrunk King Kong. But also,
Even you see, he has nothing. There's nothing unique. He's not saying anything unique. Isn't he a smart man? Doesn't he have like doctorates? And he's still
does he
coding
have
movies?
He has a doctorate.
He's got to have a doctorate. Have you heard him talk? Nobody talks
He's
like
a great speaker.
But you can't talk like that unless you have a doctorate. If you're a smart person, that doesn't make a difference. You don't talk the way Bibi talks, in that highfalutin kind of. You have to have a doctorate. Otherwise, people say just shut up.
Because people are not smart in general, but the Israeli public is very smart. In the Star News, the Star.com, they list Bibi Netanyahu as speaking from the Prime Minister's official residence, but in the Jerusalem Post, the Jewish paper, they show Bibi Netanyahu at the headquarters of Panasonic. So it's a whole different thing. So we know why he's there when he's at the headquarters of Panasonic. We have no idea what he's doing there at the residence of the Prime Minister.
Of Panasonic. Why is he at the Prime Minister of Panasonic? The truth is, Panasonic, that guy has more control over anything than Bibi. Bibi, honestly, he doesn't even know what he's talking about with Iran. Look, I can make this statement. Iran has a nuclear program.
What does that mean?
I don't know. They've been saying it, Ron. They've been saying it in every newspaper article, everything that I've heard in the news for the past 5 years is about Iran's nuclear program. It's a program now.
It's a program probably recorded with Panasonic cameras, like in our studio. That's probably why he's there. It's probably why he's at the headquarters of Panasonic to get better media coverage or a better camera or maybe audio recording of his clear and present danger message.
And if he has a good green screen, then he can make it look like he's had his residence.
Or sitting between Godzilla and King Kong, live.
Live. Is that in the name of another movie?
It could be. Could be we just gave some seed of an idea to some.
BB, can you represent us better than Obama's representing America? Come up with some better ideas than movie quotes and Iran's nuclear program.
Had to bring in Obama Hussein, didn't you? Shtickle Bissell Obama.
Is that his last name?
Let's get it on to the next.
Obama. Okay, let's move into you got something about Ukraine.
Are we on the same? Are we on the same Israel Electric Corps sues Palestinians over debt? Maybe you have to refresh because the Google news server brings in the latest. We have this 26 minutes ago. Haaretz reports that the Israel Electric Company is suing the Palestinians over debt, $150 million in unpaid bills.
Wow.
We're not talking about just leaving the air conditioning on accidentally. We're talking about $150 million.
I think that's going to cause a two-state solution right there. They're not paying those bills. I mean, I know my Arnona, my city taxes, my housing tax, way up there.
Yeah, two states. The state of having your electricity on and the state of not having any electricity. Because it got turned off.
How's that bid for you? How is that bid for you? Is it going okay?
The bid?
No, no electricity. The bid.
Baruch Hashem.
Oh, thank God. Because I gotta be, like, that whole, I think that's really what the war is behind. That's, when they're like, oh, Israel doesn't treat us right, that's what they're saying. The difference between an Israeli Arab and a Palestinian Arab is that the Israeli Arabs are paying for the electricity. And the Palestinian Arabs are saying, this is disgusting, these people are taking advantage of us. Apartheid! Apartheid! Like, they're giving electricity to people who are paying. How dare you give electricity to people who are paying for electricity?
I mean, you touched on some serious deep. I mean, apartheid's a word that they've been throwing around for, well, just a long time now. And the problem with apartheid is it's true when it comes to South Africa, but it's not true when it comes to Israel. Israel has an Arab population that's treated at a higher level, higher quality of life than any of the Arabs in any of the surrounding nations. The Arabs in Israel enjoy education and health care. They have what you would consider a quality of life that's...
Is this making you feel good getting in your speech right now? Are you feeling good about the speech?
Arab women in Israel have rights. Go look at the Arab women in Syria.
Wait, whoa, no doubt. I don't think, you see, that's a problem. When you have to equate it or in some way set an example with another Arab nation here in the Middle East for how people are treated in certain countries, that's not a good equation. Truth is that Israel treats people right. It treats people well. I think that's the argument. I don't think you should be bringing in other Arab countries. Yes, does Israel treat its citizens correctly? I believe it does. I mean, is there apartheid here? I do not believe so.
If you want to see apartheid, you should go to Syria or Egypt. You can really see it over there.
Apartheid between the way they treat the Jews. Have you seen the way they treat the Jews?
The way they treat their other subgroups that are like in Egypt, the Muslim Brotherhood, or in Syria, you're talking about the rebels, called rebels, which reminds me of Star Wars a lot of times. I don't know why. The rebel forces.
Rebels. And it sounds cool.
Assad is like Darth Vader in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Not that he's the father of Luke or anything like that, but he should wear a mask.
I don't think he's that pretty of a man, to be honest.
Yes. Yeah,
he has a mustache.
He has a lovely lady. It's not saying too much over there.
Well, it's not saying too much. When you're a dictator, if you can't get a hot woman as a dictator, because you are calling them hot at that point, you're not looking at women as though they're not objects. I mean, you gotta have a pretty... He's a president, right? He's not considered a dictator. But he has a nuclear program, man.
Anyway, back to the headline with the $150 million unpaid bill. So Israel's not going to the United Nations, to the international courts. They filed right here in Jerusalem, in the District Court of Jerusalem, on Thursday, against the Palestinian people for 531 million shekels.
So it's against the Palestinian people. So it's a country thing. This isn't the Chashmal. This isn't the electric company of Israel.
Well, they're actually they named the Palestinian Authority. It's a Ramallah-based PA that owes the money to the IEC. And they're throwing around a lot of letters here. They're like the JDECO and the PA are in debt to the IEC, and then there's an AFP, which I'm not sure what that has to do with the JDECO.
It sounds like a meeting between a lot of Jewish organizations.
The lawsuit itself only accounts for half the amount. The
Wow.
real debt is $300 million, but they're only suing for half because it's a good citizenship. It's a what you would call good faith signal to them that we're not looking to sue their pants off, just everything that they have.
Well, that's the best idea right there. That's the best idea. If you want to, you can learn from these. If you want to save money on your electric bill, what you do is you hold off. You don't pay it for a really long time. Then you go to court. Boom! It's taken down half right there. See the problem. You see the idiots. You see we get you see the regular people. We give our bank account, right? We give it to our bank account. It goes straight through or through our credit card. And next thing you know, you're down. You're paying 1,000 shekel a month. If you don't pay it for 5 years, 500 shekel a month.
Because of the interest.
Because of interest, but that's exactly because of interest. Interest, exactly. 500 shekel, and I'll tell you, and that's the best idea. And then it's even a cheaper way. A cheaper way is if you don't pay it, and during those 5 years that you don't pay, they then turn off your electricity. Then you're not paying any electricity at all.
This is a very rich company. The IEC, the Israeli Electric Company, is a very rich company, one of the richest companies in Israel. Who are they dealing with? They're dealing with the PA, Palestinian Authority. They're dealing with the AFP, which is the Palestinian Power Company, and the JDECO, which is the also Arab power company that gives power to East Jerusalem
And the people.
and the Arab people that are in Israel proper.
You see, power to the people, man.
Well said.
I'm amazed over here at this one I got over here. The Ukraine voting opens in independence referendums against Jews. Well, that added into the against Jews thing.
Where is that?
I don't know. It's over here on mine. It says
I gotta refresh it.
Hindustan Times. What is a referendum for the people in the audience who don't know, Ron?
I'm just looking for the article. I'm not with you yet on the article.
It's a referendum. Yeah, it's a referendum.
Uh-huh.
What is a referendum?
Yeah, I do not have that article.
It's May 10th, 2014.
How did you get to May 10th? We're in May 12th. You must have really... were you scrolling?
No, I just, and then it was 4 hours ago.
I have no...
You don't have to see the article. I mean, what's
I'd like to find out.
I think
about
our
it.
audience would like to know what a referendum is.
A referendum is... Even though the leaders of the government can make a decision without asking the people, when a referendum means that they're going to go to the people for a vote on a certain decision and let the people decide. That's a referendum.
Oh, okay, so they're letting the people decide whether Jews should have to mark themselves as Jews in the Ukraine right now.
Well,
That's a great thing.
I can't see the article. Is that what it says over there? What's the headline?
No, not necessarily. It just says Ukraine, 2 dots. Voting opens in independence referendums.
Independence referendum. So they're asking the people if they want to be part of Russia or if they'd like to be their own independent nation still. And that's and we're gonna
I don't
watch
think it's
that.
a good idea for Ukrainians to be an independent nation. What was that thing where they were trying to make Jews mark themselves?
Yeah, I hadn't heard about that.
You didn't hear about that? That was
heard about
recently.
that.
Yeah, they were saying, Bob Yar wasn't enough. Let's mark Jews. Let's mark Jews. We're an independent nation now. Now it's fine if our anti-Semitism comes out, and they were going to mark Jews.
Let's see. I see now. I see that that there's anti-Semitic flyers that are handed out over there. Different news coverage. Jews are ordered to register in East Ukraine. I don't know if that order was official or if it was just a pro-Russian activist. The Ukrainian Prime Minister is blasting the anti-Jewish leaflets. They're trying to make it not a anti-Semitic scenario, rather an anti-Russian or independent scenario.
Well, you know all Russians are Jews. We all know that.
They set up a in Kiev. They set up a Jewish Defense League of retired Israeli military, Ukrainian military, and just martial arts experts. There was a group of 7 of them.
7. Okay, that's cool. They can take them on.
And they're driving around Kiev right now looking for trouble.
Oh, yeah? There's just 7 of them? They just run out there?
They have a truck, so a couple of them stand up in the back of the truck with the nunchucks or whatever, and they're running around looking for trouble.
They can't carry weapons?
They have, I believe that is a weapon.
Is this... No, but they can't carry, like, guns?
Yeah, some of them probably do have also guns because that's what they need against a lot of the...
This is like an old karate movie.
Moving right along on the headlines, we have more news with Bibi Netanyahu. He's trying to cancel not only is he trying to cancel Iran's nuclear program, but he's trying to cancel the Israeli presidential poll. He wants to keep Shimon Peres in office longer and block him as a political rival, so that Shimon doesn't come out and strengthen a grip on power. That's what the Telegraph of the UK is stating in their coverage.
What's Shimon Peres? What's he gonna? The guy's 95 years old.
Oh, he's well past that. He was 95 before he ever became president.
He's 40.
I believe
48.
Barbara Streisand came and sang him a happy birthday when he became 120.
Wow.
He's as old as Moses.
That's
And
pretty old.
he thinks actually that he is Moses. Yeah, he's 90 years old. That's the truth. And he's upset because he still wants to run for prime minister, so he wants out of the president's.
He's just
house.
he just got that thing where he's never really been voted in, and he feels it. He's like, nobody's ever voted for me. I got into presidential office because we set up a scandal with the Mizrahi president at the time, and I need it. People will vote for me out of pity that I'm 90 and I can't walk. That's what he's going for. Seriously, he will be in the old age home, or whatever old age home he buys for himself, with whatever money he's gotten out of this country.
Oh, he's gotten money.
Yeah, he's. Yeah, I really don't. I don't. Why would he run for prime minister at this point?
Just because what else is left for this man? I mean, he's had Madonna at his birthday party, Barbara Streisand at his birthday party. He goes around the world and is treated like a king. The only thing that he hasn't done is actually run Israel.
Well, he was prime minister by accident.
For like 4 minutes.
Well, he has been running Israel as president. I don't think he's like an old guy. He just shows up. He is an old guy. He shows up and he's like, "Oh, I didn't realize I was saying something that was on my mind. Israel should just give away its country to everybody else."
And he pokes fun at Mrs. Netanyahu, which that's very easy to do. He's a real politician. Some people credit the Israeli nuclear program to him or his developments. We owe him a lot, but not.
What do we owe him for?
We don't owe him the prime minister's seat. We don't owe him.
No, I think that he's already doing that as a president.
Yeah, I like him. He's a classy guy, and he really should stay as the president if he's going to be out. So we should have somebody like him that's previously caused left-wing trouble in Israeli politics out of the way. By becoming president, they have no more say in what really happens. And that would be a good position for Tzipi Livni or Yair Lapid. Not to make this show a rightist show, we're not Fox by any means. And you yourself
I'm not putting down five. I mean, I don't.
We won't say no. to the Fox network if they come to us
Yeah.
and ask to broadcast. Another headline here: Israel declares part of the Golan Heights closed military zone. You got that? You got that one?
No, I don't.
Refresh. That was 26 minutes ago on the Middle East Monitor.
I'm getting the Daily
There it is,
Star.
the one with the flag.
Oh, Minister, Economy Minister?
Wow, you know what? Google is treating me and you differently.
Well, what are we looking for over here? I'm looking for...
You got to click on Israel, right there all the way to the left under top stories.
Yeah, I'm on Israel, man.
Are you? Click on all the way to the left there?
Yeah, it
You're on
says
top stories, you're not on Israel.
top stories, and then...
Go to the left.
Maybe I should do that. Is that better?
All the way to the left. All the way to that list, all the way on the left, there's Israel there below.
Oh, there we go.
Now we're on the same page.
That's how you use a computer. You click on the thing that you need.
It'd be great if I could just move my mouse onto your screen and then see the flag there.
If you can control my
The flag
screen.
Israel declares part of Golan Heights closed military zone on the Middle East Monitor. Have you ever heard of this newspaper, the Middle East Monitor?
I guess they're monitoring the Middle East.
I mean,
Flag's called
they've
it.
got
I think it's more of a statement than it is the name of a paper.
Who runs this paper? Let's take. Oh, so they've got connections with the Times, the Guardian, and the Telegraph. So this seems to be a liberal publication. The top has an advertisement of Professor John Keane.
John Keane. I don't know who John Keane is.
He's an outspoken, the new despotisms of the 21st century. He's a big supporter of the Arabs. Here you see the Palestinian flag in the caption, so you can imagine this is...
Yeah, is that the flag? They have stars on it now? The 3 stars? Or?
I think that's one for Gaza, one for Yehuda, and one for Shamron. That's
okay. Is that and
3-star strategy,
and the rest of it's Israel. And but Israel declares part of Golan. Golan's always had closed military zones. I don't think it's ever since we've had the Golan. The Golan Heights. People don't. I think every Israeli considers it a closed military zone. The streets that are built there, the roads are a closed military zone.
except for ski season.
Yeah, but even then, you still can't drive there.
You can ski there.
Yeah, but have you went up there ever?
I've been up there. There's a Syrian Jordanian border, and then on the Jordanian side, then there's a Lebanon, which is directly north on the Lebanon side. So there's a little town up there that is a crossover place where I don't know, refugees try to come through or soldiers go up. And then just a little bit east of that is Syria. So the Golan Heights has got a line going through it. And here this article says that since the outbreak of the Syrian Revolution in 2011, the border areas of the Golan Heights have witnessed intermittent tension. I don't know what they mean by tension. When I think tension,
The whole country.
my T-shirt's on too tight after a big meal. That's what I think when I hear tension. Not sure.
Yeah. No, this is. But I think they're talking, like tension, like the kind of tension you feel when you're on a blind date, where it's just really uncomfortable.
That's more like paranoia. No,
Maybe
tension.
Yeah.
Syria. It says here Syria considers Israel an enemy. Newsflash. And Israeli officials hailed the Syrian regime for protecting the borders. And Israel destroyed several Syrian weapons.
Okay. Wait, they hailed? They gave them props?
No, and I think that's just like on Star Trek. I'm hailing the Voyager or the Enterprise.
Hailing, what does it? And that means what? It means they could say, "Come in."
Helloing. I'm helloing.
Okay.
I'm helloing to you. I'm hailing you. I'm trying to get your attention.
Well,
Not sure really what that means, but it's.
I don't think any of us
Go to hail. It was like
hail to the Queen, right?
Oh, could be. Yeah, could be to.
Well, it snows up there in the Golan, so maybe that's what they're talking.
That's a memo from the Middle East Monitor. They're creating new perspectives for the defense of, obviously for the Arabs.
So basically, Syria is against Israel being in the Golan Heights, and they're against them defending themselves. Right? Is this also new news? This sounds just as new as the Israeli Prime Minister says Iran has nuclear weapons.
Right, it's like saying, hey, there's a new food, falafel.
Okay.
Good yontif.
Yeah, it's good.
And you can see the kind of paper that says it's got Professor John Keane on top, and they've got an Arab subtitle on their video, which is Al Jazeera reporting on the controversy inside Egypt over Sisi's use of religion in fighting his opponents. He obviously prays before he fights, but what kind of name is Sisi? It's just, it must have been very hard
Sisi.
growing up with Sisi.
Yeah, it's Sissy. Don't call me my name.
Yeah.
My name is Sissy. Don't.
What?
Why are you calling me
A
Sissy?
lot of fights. Maybe that's how he got tough, by having a last name of Sisi.
Is he also a professor?
I'm sure he's bought in several degrees.
What is he? What? Like, who cares if the guy's just because the guy's a professor, doctor, or something? You know, I got a high school degree. You don't see me saying, "Hey, I'm high school graduate, David Kalimnik." You don't have to show off your professorship. Just like that's what they're using this guy John Keane as because he's a professor.
But once you become a professor, you can lecture. Look where he's lecturing. He's got a whole lecture series at the Abdullah Wahab El Masiri Memorial. That's, probably pays.
It's a memorial.
It's an Abdullah Wahab El Masiri. He got a lecture series
But at a memorial. He has a lecture series at a memorial.
just outside of Damascus.
He's at a statue. He's giving speeches at a statue. He's giving street speeches.
That's how you
because
get
he's
a
a
job.
professor.
That's how you get a job with the United Nations. That's how you do it.
You become a professor. I'm more against him being a professor. I'm more against this just because he's a professor. That means he has the right for us to have to listen to him.
He makes me want to get a haircut. That's the truth. I'll wait till Lag BaOmer.
Yeah. No, I did. You can see.
You did a trim before the
Yom Ha'atzmaut.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I take. I mean, am I Zionistic a little? I'm Zionistic, but
It's a holy day for many people.
Yeah, and for me,
some people do the Hallel on Independence Day.
Yeah, I even showered.
Well, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I think we have to take our as people living in Yerushalayim, we have to be the ones that represent this country, and let the world know that we're happy about our being here, and that's one of those things is Yom Ha'atzmaut, man. I'm happy to be here and shave.
I'm happy to be here, and it seemed like when I went outside in Jerusalem on Ben Yehuda Street, it seemed like it was Carnival in Rio. It seemed like it was Mardi Gras in New Orleans at Lahavdil. It was there. Everybody was out. Everybody was cheering Israel's independence. It wasn't as modest as I would have liked to see it, but it was a special occasion.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see as much as I saw.
Yeah, you get very turned off when girls are dressed in any which way provocatively. That bothers you.
No, it's not. I don't like the way you worded that. Because
I mean,
it's
if
not
girls
at
are
all
wearing
a
less,
turn
yeah.
off. It's not at all a turn off.
Okay, but that's...
I'm disappointed by how much of a turn on it is. Yes, I'm disappointed.